Basically what we have here is UHF mixed with Ren and Stimpy. At least that was my first impression. Remember UHF, the Weird Al Yankovic movie? It's a great film. If you haven't seen that one, definite rental. This is exactly the kind of game that you pick up a Nintendo Wii for, because it uses the Wii controllers to great effect. It has a collection of fun games that can be played in a single-player mode or in a group with up to 4 players. It's a great family game. It's a great game for people of all ages. It's a fun game to play by yourself in a single-player mode or with up to 4 people in multiplayer, competing against each other. It's a terrific family title, and one that should appeal to casual gamers of all ages, as well as those of us who play every game out there. Basically what we have here is a collection of 50 different smaller video games all combined into one game. These are played using the Wii controller with the nunchuck. I think this is a great showpiece for what the Wii is capable of, and games that really succeed on that game system. It's got a fun, cartoony look. I like the whole style of the Rabbids and the music. The menus are very well done. But most importantly, this game uses the Wii controllers to great effect, which many titles on the Wii sadly do not. What you're seeing on screen is the eclectic array of clever games in RAYMAN Raving Rabbids TV Party. One of my favorites is this one where you move the Wii controller back and forth to fry up a hamburger or steak, then flip it up in the air and smack it into that thing's mouth. And it keeps you on your toes by using it in a variety of different ways throughout all of these different mini-games. There's a couple different games that use that Guitar Hero style or Rock Band style interface with music. My favorites are the ones that actually are parodies of movies, like the UFO one, where you have to shoot the rabbits that don't belong in the movie. There's a bunch of these rabbits running around with different costumes of the Alpine Rabbids. There's the Godzilla spoof where you have to burn down buildings. There's a bunch of different games that use the Wii controller as a steering wheel. Various racing style games. What we're watching here is beastie boarding. You can also play a number of the different games in here with the Wii Fit board, although I don't have that, so I couldn't test it. Those games also work with the Wii controllers. And the one where the rabbit is snowboarding on an animal is a good example of that. You sit in the ground or sit in your chair and just sort of move back and forth as if you were on an inner tube. As I mentioned, I love the style and the cartoony feel to the game. I'm looking forward to playing more games like this, games that were clearly created specifically for the Wii. Or at least with the Wii in mind, rather than games that were created for the PS3 or the Xbox 360 and then ported over to the Wii. Because the Wii is a very different game console. It's different graphically, and of course the controls are drastically different. This nice high contrast, colorful, cartoony style works well with a game made specifically for the Wii. Which is also why I like Wii Bowling so much. I mean, it's not this technically realistic graphical powerhouse, but it's just a fun game. And in many ways, keeping something simple and fun is actually more challenging than making something more complex and fun. And that is what makes this game succeed, is because none of these are terribly complicated games in RAYMAN Raving Rabbids. They're simple, they're fun, and they're easy to pick up and play just like an arcade game. Unlike many arcade games that are easy to pick up, they're difficult to master, and you can challenge yourself trying to get the highest scores or you can just play it for fun with your friends and family. One of my favorite games here is the Mega Balls, where you're essentially playing like he's a pinball on a pinball machine or something, bouncing around, and you're essentially dribbling him with your Wii controller like you would a basketball. There's another one where you spin the Wii controller like it was a helicopter blade, and then you use the nunchuck to steer him around the screen while he's hanging onto an upside-down lawnmower. I'm very pleased with this game, and we'll see you back here in part 2 as we look at how this game plays in the 2-player mode.